Good morning. Welcome back here to the Local Vibe at 9:30. It is time to welcome in our next live guest.
Muse Winston-Salem and the Winston-Salem African American Archive are coming together to open up a pop-up exhibit celebrating Winston-Salem's first Black newspaper.
Yeah, the display is going to feature the history of the Winston-Salem Chronicle as the paper marks 50 years of publication.
So joining us now is the Executive Director of Muse Winston-Salem, Mike Wakeford, alongside the Director of the Winston-Salem African American Archive, that is Billy Rich. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Billy, we would like to start with you. Can you just talk more about the history of this Winston-Salem Chronicle?
Well, what was really interesting, I came to work to Winston-Salem to work at WXII in 1974, and Ernie Pitt came to Winston-Salem the same time. So we were here the same time, and I had an opportunity to see him build the Chronicle. But also, the Chronicle was not the first African-American newspaper in Winston-Salem. There were several newspapers before them. But Ernie built a really great newspaper. He had a great staff of people. And some of the people that even worked at XII that ended up being reporters there over the years. And it became one of the nation's best newspapers. They won all kind of awards, and they really were involved in telling the news in the African-American community in Winston-Salem.
And Mike, if you could highlight some features of this new exhibit, this partnership between you both.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We're on Thursday night, we're going to have this pop-up exhibit that will open up to the public at 6 p.m. and we invite people to come early, and then we'll tell you about a panel discussion that follows it. But the exhibit itself is going to feature some really cool artifacts that Billy and the Winston-Salem African American Archive have in their holdings, things including just a few examples of the amazing awards that the Chronicle has gotten over the years. Really cool thing that I'm excited about, kind of nerdy, but that we have the first Macintosh computer that the Chronicle bought for the office in the middle of the 1980s. Kind of reminds us that it was that Ernie Pitt and the staff there were very forward thinking in what they were doing at the time. And then we have a lot of great imagery to share, things from the paper itself, which featured just amazing photography issue after issue after issue for 50 years. So there's going to be a lot of cool things for folks to see.
That's cool. Mike, just so for the record, you are speaking to three news nerds, so we're all in the same boat here. Yeah, definitely.
All right, I feel better now.
Mike, can you talk about how this whole idea kind of came together over time?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Muse Winston-Salem is a community history museum, and so we're always looking and trying to stay aware of important dates coming up on the horizon that offer an opportunity to tell some part of the city's story. And I'll say that as a local historian, Winston-Salem Chronicle has been one of the most important kind of go-to sources for learning about the city's past, and particularly about the goings-on and accomplishments and issues in the African American community for half of a century. So when I started thinking and talking to Billy about doing something to honor the 50th anniversary to the day, Thursday is the anniversary of the first issue of the Chronicle, I thought this is so perfect because it's a great way of telling the story of the Chronicle and of the Black press in this city, but it's also for Muse Winston-Salem, and I'm sure Billy feels the same way, a great way to say thank you to everybody who's been part of the Chronicle for 50 years, because without the Chronicle out there telling the story, there's so much that would be lost. So we just got excited about this possibility and started talking to the alums of the Chronicle, starting with the co-founder and longtime publisher Ernie Pitt, and here we are. So we're excited about it.
Well, Billy, we would love to hear from you as well, how this Chronicle has grown, it's changed over the years. What do you think this paper means to the community?
As Ernie would say, nobody can tell the story of the African American community but African Americans themselves. And Ernie had a vision, but the most important thing he had and recruited some of the best African American journalists that he could find. And those people have been very, very, very successful in their careers.
Well, great. Thank you both so much for your time this morning. Wishing you success with this exhibit, and hope lots of people get to go out tomorrow for that pop-up and the panel discussion as well that you mentioned. This is happening at Muse Winston-Salem on South Liberty Street. The event begins at 6 p.m. Admission is free, and you can always learn more and check out other Muse events by heading to musews.org.